Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Thursday in hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Welcome. Yeah, I changed the background a little bit. I'm wearing the robe. I busted the robe because it is chilly, man. It is chilly. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I got the robe on. So, Jenny, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. So, today I want to talk about what happens when you lose, regardless of what you've done. You know, this is not quite a farmer story, but I do have to make a reference to a farmer. But so it's not quite a farmer story. But let's say, for example, you've done all your work, you have planted the seeds, you have cared for the seeds, you have been there, and the water and the sunshine and everything has just been bright, and you have been waiting for the entire year to reap what you've sown, right? The whole family is waiting. You guys have all worked on this and it's been amazing. And now it's, the final countdown, let's say. It's towards the week, that everything is going to be ready to go. The crop is going to, I trimmed it last week a little bit. Yeah, I did. I kind of don't know why. I kind of like the longer, but so you've done all the work, and now this is the week. This is the week that you are going to reap your work. The crop is going to be ready to go. Family is excited. Everybody's excited, right? And let's say then you got hail come down the night before and ruin literally everything, kill all the crops. Hail covers the entire farm, and you wake up to it and you're like, I waited a year to reap what I've sown. And overnight, hail came through and ruined all the crop. Do you think farmers go through those stories? Yeah, it sounds like a farmer story. I was going to say, do you think farmers go through stories like that? I mean, real life stories? Yeah, we've heard those before, right? Um, Other people go through real life stories like that. They don't have to be a farmer. I'm sure you know somebody, or you've gone through something like this before. I know I have. And it really sucks, I tell you. Um, for me, it wasn't like I waited for a whole year. However, it was, some time. But imagine waiting a whole year for everything, and just that week you're supposed to get everything, and then boom, you lose everything, right? And so, what do you do? What do you do at that moment besides banging your head against the wall? And no, what do you do? I've been listening to Jim Rohn, and man, I mean, come on, Jim Rohn is the man, right? So I love how what he says at times like this. He goes, you know what? This stuff happens. If you don't like this stuff, then you got to get your own planet. It is what it is. And regardless of whether you deserve it or not deserve it, of you've put in the work and not put in the work, it just happens. And all of a sudden, everything you've worked for is all gone. And you're sitting there thinking, what in the world? You know, glow. Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes you lose it all just before you were going to reap it all. And you're not going to be able to explain it. And those of you who are believers may agree with me in some extent to say, why did this happen? I don't get it at first. Maybe it'll reveal itself down the road. But that stuff is natural. It's normal. You're not a robot. You're not AI, right? You have emotions, you have feelings, you go through stuff, you lose things, you put in your effort, your work, your time, sweat and blood, and boom, goner, right? And that sucks. And you lose. You lose. Sometimes you lose. You've got to be able to understand that, you know what? I've and the thing is this, I say that casually now, right? I say that casually now. Um, it's probably because I've lost a lot over the years. And so I've kind of gotten a, you know, thicker skin, you know, but it's never fun, especially when you're investing your time, energy, money, everything into it, and then it's a loss, right? But you've got to be able to shift your look, get what you need to get out of that loss, and you just have to be able to change the way you look at things. You know, Stoics, the good book, says everywhere you look, the big thinkers of the world say this stuff, right? If you don't have control over it, you don't have control over it. And if it's really, truly out of your control, like you couldn't do anything to save it, nothing else, you've done everything you possibly could have, and yet it's a loss, then you would have to be able to be okay with the fact that it is what it is. I did what I could, and it's next. You learn from what you've been through. You pick it up and you go to the next chapter, and that's what it is. You know, sometimes when you get into the game of life, and we all are in this game of life, when you're in this game of life, you're not going to win all the time. The losses come. Remember, I talked about this last night, and this kind of ties in. Losses come with the pain and the guilt. Remember, the pain you can take, it won't destroy you, but it's the guilt that destroys you. So it's really important to be able to say, hey, you know what? It's a loss. I did what I could. Nothing else I could have done would have saved the situation. Let's learn and move on. So with that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. Drop a takeaway, a thought, something. That's funny. I can't see all the comments. So if you're doing stars, I don't see stars. I think you're doing stars. Glow, did you do stars? So I can't see if you're doing stars until after I look through Facebook. So anyway, that's the reason why if you're doing them while I'm doing the live, I don't say anything because I can't see them. So with that, if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love, tag a couple people. And I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.